各位聽眾你好，歡迎收聽陽光大道。我哋呢個 podcast 係喺美洲時間逢星期一朝早推出。今日嘅節目包括舊年8月嘅家庭健康講座嘅連載，由 Vanessa Quintana 博士主講，之後會有空中花園。
You've ever heard of the instructions that people give when there are bears maybe coming at us?
有冇聽過人話，如果隻熊人喺你面前走埋你嘅時候，你點反應呢？
If it's a grizzly bear, you do one thing. If it's a black bear, you do another thing.
如果睇下邊種熊人呢，就唔同嘅反應嘅。
Useless.
冇用嘅。
Because we're not rationalizing when we have our stress response.
因為你一對壓力做反應嘅時候呢，你就唔會合理化，唔會諗道理。
When we experience trauma, our stress response goes online, gets activated, and remains activated.
咁遇到一個創傷嘅時候，你呢個壓力嘅反應就會開着咗，就會繼續去做。
It becomes intensified.
會越嚟越強。
And it cannot discriminate.
就分辨唔到。
It has a constant state of vulnerability and trigger.
一路就係維持嗰個脆弱，同埋會隨時被觸發。
Let's take for example a person who was near death in the pandemic.
好似如果係過去疫情當中差唔多死嘅人會有點呢？
And this person has recovered and is going about their life.
咁佢哋康復咗啦，回復生活。
And is in a situation when someone sneezes at them.
咁突然間有人喺佢附近嗰度打乞嗤。
At that moment, that person's brain cannot tell the difference between a real threat or a non-real threat.
咁嗰陣時嗰個腦部嗰個反應呢，就係分辨唔出真正嘅威脅定係唔真正嘅威脅。
A sneeze is taken the same as a dog charging at them.
即係隔離有人打乞嗤呢，就同有隻大狗衝埋嚟一模一樣。
This severely wears us out. Yes, taxes the mind. It wears our brain out.
就會係襲擊我哋嘅腦嘅思考。
Our organs become worn out.
我哋嘅器官呢，就開始好似退化咁。
Because the same chemicals, hormones, and neurotransmitters are going to be, just triggered in our body from one thing or the other.
我哋好多身體裏邊嘅化學物質就會變成咗一個觸發點。
This can cause a person to feel unsafe in their own bodies.
咁所以佢哋就覺得自己身體咧就有不安全啦。
They might not know when they're going to experience a panic attack.
佢唔知會唔會有一個恐懼。
When they're going to startle or yell.
可能佢哋會身體嘅大反應啦，會大叫啦。
Or when they're going to get mad and irritated.
或者咧受到刺激係會覺得好嬲。
They might not even know why they're experiencing this emotional turmoil.
甚至係唔知點解自己會有咁樣嘅情緒嘅失控。
And when we distrust our body, we fear itself.
咁所以去到一個情況咧，就係對恐懼咧係有恐懼。
Or we learn to turn off this alarm system.
或者我哋係會將呢個鬧鐘咧就閂咗。
And become so much more vulnerable to other traumas.
就變成咧對其他嘅創傷咧係非常嘅脆弱。
I hear the question quite often, if you are in an abusive relationship, you have been in one, why do you end up in another one later?
所以成日有人問咧就係話，好啦，你喺一個關係裏邊有人虐待你，咁但係點解走出咗之後又會走去另一個同樣嘅關係呢？
This phenomenon explains that.
呢一種嘅現象咧就解釋咗啦。
How we could turn off our alarm system because of the constant trauma and wear to our brain.
成日創傷就使到我哋個腦咧就冇咗反應。
And cannot see the red flags anymore when they pop up again in another relationship.
有時啲紅旗嘅警告嚟到咧，直情就冇反應，唔去處理。
Another impact of trauma on our brain is being always vigilant, feeling as if we are unsafe everywhere.
另一種嘅反應咧，就係到處咧都係超級嘅警覺，成日咧都驚有 時咧係危險，
and living very, very dysregulated emotionally.
個情緒咧就好大嘅波動。
We are always irritated or angry or upset or crying with no reason.
成日都俾人咧就辣起，或者點樣就好唔穩定嘅反應。
We also have the impact of our brain of seeking adrenaline behaviors or activities to block the pain and relieve anxiety.
咁我哋個腦部一個反應出嚟就係要減少呢一個嘅焦慮，
It's almost as if the trauma made our body experience a high.
甚至好似創傷令到我哋情緒好容易好高漲。
Everything else feels boring and we have to seek another high.
唔係有創傷呢，就好似任何嘢都好沉悶啦，我哋要去揾下一次嘅高漲。
This happens in relationships.
喺人際關係裏邊都有咁嘅情況。
In my culture as Latinos,
我呢個所屬嘅拉丁文化，
this is embarrassing. We see a lot of soap operas.
我哋即係其實好尷尬地講呢，我哋成日睇呢個肥皂劇。
And this influences the way we see how a relationship should be.
咁我哋嘅愛情呢，就會受到呢啲電視劇影響，
Dramatic, passionate, violent maybe.
戲劇性嘅，好暴力嘅。
And we think if we don't have that, that person doesn't love us.
咁甚至會話覺得感受唔到呢啲嘅經驗呢，就好似唔係真嘅愛情咁。
We don't have chemistry with the other person if they're not passionate and violent.
佢又冇暴力嘅愛情呢，咁就唔係真係愛我哋啦咁咯。
Yes, this is a sign of social and cultural trauma.
咁呢啲呢，就真係一個社會文化嘅創傷嚟嘅。
What about our kids?
我哋嘅子女又點呢？
How are kids impacted by trauma?
咁創傷又點樣影響到子女呢？
Kids that have a history of abuse or negligence,
如果係被虐待或者受忽視嘅子女，
they learn that their cries for help do not get them the help that they need.
佢哋嘅經驗就係呢，就你點樣叫點樣嗌都唔會有人幫到你。
They're ignored or told that they're exaggerating or told they can't speak of that.
啲人聽到呢都唔理佢，話佢哋誇大，仲叫佢哋唔好再講啦。
Therefore, them asking for help doesn't make a difference.
咁所以求援呢係冇分別嘅，
Nothing they do will change their situation.
佢哋做乜都唔會改變到佢哋嘅情況。
Thus, they become conditioned to give up
咁佢哋就會慣咗呢係放棄。
or to dissociate when they face challenges later in life.
咁佢哋喺生命嘅之後，再遇到情況嘅時候呢，佢哋就冇反應，就隔離開。
When kids don't grow up feeling safe and secure with themselves,
所以小朋友佢感覺自我唔感覺唔到安全嘅時候呢，
they associate that with their identity.
咁佢哋就變成咗聯想佢自己嘅身份啦。
And they start expecting bad things to happen to them.
咁佢就期望會有啲事發生喺佢身上，
They start expecting people to treat them negatively.
佢哋就期望啲人呢係會係負面嘅，係同佢哋交往。
Maybe they start believing that they deserve this treatment or then can become traumatized by other experiences.
甚至會期望覺得人哋咁樣對你呢都係啱嘅。
Children who are conditioned to live lives of trauma.
細路呢係習慣咗係有創傷嘅生活。
How does trauma look like in adulthood?
咁去到大人啦，咁呢個創傷會係點呢？
Sometimes when we want to rewind our lives and identify the trauma, it's hard to because of what I was talking about, living through several different situations that are hard.
咁所以你如果大個咗要睇翻轉頭，係邊一啲嘅創傷想揾翻出嚟嘅時候呢，因為有好多嘅情況，咁你呢個工作就好困難。
But we can identify the symptoms.
但係我哋可以揾得出呢病徵。
各 位聽眾早晨 ，Tim Jeff 牧師早晨，
各位聽眾早晨 ，Tim Megan 早晨，你哋好，
各位聽眾早晨，大家好。上一集我哋講到基督教會發展嘅最初期階段，門徒被稱為基督徒，就係喺安提阿起手嘅。佢哋得到呢個稱呼，乃係因為基督係佢哋傳道、教訓同埋談話嘅主題。
無怪乎異教人要稱佢哋為基督徒，因為佢哋一直係傳講基督，並奉基督嘅名向上帝獻上祈禱。嗰個起佢哋嘅名為基督徒咧，其實係上帝。呢個係一個尊貴嘅名稱嚟嘅，比一切與基督聯合嘅人嘅名。
後嚟咧，雅各寫信講關於呢件事，佢話：那富足嘅人豈不是欺壓你們，拉你們去公會嗎？佢哋不是褻瀆你哋所尊稱上帝嘅名嗎？彼得咧亦都講：作為基督徒受苦卻不羞恥，倒要因為呢個名歸榮耀俾上帝。
安提阿嘅信徒體會到上帝樂意喺佢哋嘅心入邊運行，使佢哋立志行事，為要成就佢嘅美意。佢哋雖然住喺嗰啲似乎唔重視具有永恆價值嘅事物嘅人嘅中間，但係佢哋總要設法引起嗰啲心地誠實嘅人嘅注意，並為佢哋所敬愛侍奉嘅主作確實嘅見證。
另外，安提阿嘅信徒咧，謙卑嘅服務當中咧，佢哋學會依靠聖靈嘅能力，使到生命嘅道發生咗效力。咁樣，佢哋就喺各人不同嘅生活中，每日為自己喺基督裏邊嘅信仰做見證。安提阿嘅基督徒咧，所留下嘅榜樣，應該鼓舞咗而家每一位喺世界上面各大都市中嘅信徒。
到咗今日啦，我哋咧仍然要按住上帝嘅規定，去到人口眾多同埋重要嘅城市，派定特選獻身同埋有才幹嘅工人咧，去主領大規模嘅佈道會。但係上帝嘅旨意咧，亦要嗰啲住喺呢啲城市嘅教友，運用上帝所賜嘅努力，同埋咧佢哋要發現咧唔同嘅方法去接觸咧接近當地嘅人。
上帝今日喺地上嘅聖工，正係需要聖經真理嘅活嘅代表。緊扣牧師係唔能夠適應警告各大城市嘅工作嘅。上帝不單喺度呼召傳道人，亦都喺度呼召醫生、護士、文字報道員、女傳道人，同埋其他具有各種唔同才幹嘅人。嗰啲人明白上帝嘅聖經，並曉得佢恩典嘅能力嘅獻身嘅平信徒嚟貢獻佢哋嘅才能，使到嗰啲尚未得聽過警告嘅城市嘅需要能夠得到滿足。
光陰好快過去咗啦，而需要完成嘅工作咧實在太多，因此必須發動一切嘅機能，以便聰明地利用當前嘅機會。保羅會同咗巴拿巴喺安提阿嘅工作咧，使到保羅更加堅信主確已經呼召佢為外邦嘅世界做一番特別嘅工作。
保羅咧喺悔改嘅時候，曾經咧主同佢講，要佢成為差派去外邦人傳道嘅，要佢哋嘅眼睛得以開啟，從黑暗當中歸向光明，從撒旦嘅權下歸向上帝，又要因為信上帝得蒙赦免，同埋一切成聖嘅人咧得着基業。
嗰個向亞拿尼亞顯現嘅天使，論到保羅曾經咁樣講，佢係我所揀選嘅器皿，要喺外邦人同埋君王並以色列人嘅面前宣揚基督嘅名。
今集時間已經夠啦，我哋下次再同大家分享啦，再見。
陽光大道嘅 podcast 係由美國加州 Temple City 嘅基督復臨安息日會羅省粵語教會製作，可以分別喺 AWR 嘅各個管道收聽同 subscribe 訂閱，包括蘋果機嘅 podcast app、iTunes， 仲有 Google、Spotify、Amazon 等等。而多年以嚟嘅所有節目仲可以喺 linguaspirit.net 嘅網站重溫。我哋仲會將節目上載到我哋嘅 YouTube Channel Sunshine Boulevard 陽光大道粵語 Podcast， 大家可以撳 subscribe 訂閱。我哋仲設有 Facebook 專頁，你撳咗 like 即係讚，就可以每個禮拜睇到我哋最新一集節目嘅消息。呢個專頁嘅網址係 facebook.com/Sunshine Cantonese。好，我哋下次再見。